Hi, this is Amy, and I want to walk you through how to create your first assignment in Google Classroom today. So maybe you've been using Classroom to post announcements or do discussions, and now it's time for you to post a real assignment and get students to turn it in. So we're going to look at that whole process of posting the most powerful kind of assignment, which is a Google file that you're going to make in Google Drive. So that's actually where we're going to start today, and I've already got mine open, but if you don't, you can navigate to drive.google.com and you can actually type that right up here in the Omni box and hit enter, and you'll be taken to Google Drive. Lots of different ways to get there, but that way always works. So I have a sample folder set up in my Google Drive in which I've got this assignment made, but I want to walk you through how I did that. So if I want to make a folder inside my drive to hold my assignments, I just click on my drive and then go to New Folder and give it a name. And then this is my folder, and inside I've made this assignment. So this is how you'll do it. You'll click on the New button, go down to the Google Docs option, and choose Blank Document. Now, once we've got this blank document open, we want to give it a name. So how you're going to do that is you're going to click where it says Untitled Document in the top left-hand corner, and you're just going to type the name that you want. Now, being descriptive here is really good for later on when you might want to go back and find this assignment. It's also going to be the name that the assignment is called when your students turn it in. So it's going to be this, and then it's going to have their name at the end of it. So this is my assignment for today. Today happens to be Halloween, and so I might ask my students to write their 10-minute essay today about a time they were afraid. So this is sort of like a template, but it's also a really handy way to collect student work. All right, I've made the assignment. I don't have to do anything else in Google Drive, so I can go ahead and close out of the document, and I can close out of Drive and go back to my classroom. Now we will hover over the plus sign, and we're going to choose the Create Assignment option. We're going to go through this carefully because there are options here that a lot of people don't notice that you may want to use. So I'm going to call this the same thing that I called it in Google Drive, and I might go ahead and put the date on this assignment too, so that later on if I want to search for it in my Drive, it would give me another way to find it. Now, if all my students know the process for this already, I probably won't put instructions in here, or if I'm looking at all of them face to face. But do remember your students who might have to do this from home or might have to do it later. So maybe the more you put in here, the less you have to do on the other side. Also, if you're using the parent view in Google Classroom, all parents are going to see is this and the instructions. So make that as specific as you need to under the circumstances. Right up here in the top left-hand corner, this is asking me which classes do I want to have this assignment. So I can select all of them if I want, or just one. And then this asks me which students that are in my classroom do I want to have the assignment. So I can just assign this to part of my class or all of my students. Now let's select the due date. So we're going to have it be due today. We can put a time if we want to, but we don't have to. And in my classroom, I think I would go ahead and create a topic for 10-minute essays so that I could see all of these grouped together. All right, our next option is going to be choosing our Google Drive symbol because that's where we're getting our assignment from. So I'm going to select that assignment from Google Drive and choose Add. Now, this is the most important question we're going to answer. How do we want students to interact with this file? This option is only going to allow them to see it. That's not what we want. We want them to be able to type on it. This option, Students Can Edit File, is going to allow all of them to edit the same file, one file. That's not what we want either. This is the option we want. We want to make a copy for each student. That will treat this document like a template. Now we're still not finished with options because just to the right of the Assign button, we have two more choices. Do we want to assign it right now? Do we want to schedule it? Or do we want to save it as a draft? Now, depending on what we've selected up here, we might lose the option to schedule the assignment. So as soon as I select multiple classes, that option goes away. But I can still save a draft, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do today because I think it's probably the most versatile way to queue things up for the next day. So we'll click Save Draft, and then I'll show you that it appears up at the top of our classroom. And when we get ready, let's say First period's just leaving, second period's about to start. I would quickly open this up. I would go ahead and click assign so that when my second period class came in, this would be there, sitting there waiting for them to get started on. So let's go and take a look now at what this looks like from the student perspective. So here I am now, and I'm viewing the same classroom from a student's perspective. So here's the essay, and let's go ahead and open it up and take a look at it. Now, each assignment we make in Google Classroom has an assignment page that students see. This can be confusing for teachers because teachers see something also. Let's go back really quickly to the teacher view so that you can see you see an assignment page too as a teacher, but it shows you completely different data. Your students need to know about this assignment page because sometimes they have to go back here to find the turn in button, to add a link, for example, or to upload a file if you're not working with Google file types. But let's go ahead and open this assignment within Google and we'll complete it all. So here we are, and now we're a student and we're going to work on this assignment. So we're going to type our essay, and when we get finished, we're going to click the turn in button. Now, I don't know why, but sometimes, once in a while, a student won't see the turn in button and they'll hit refresh right up here and the turn in button still won't appear. That's another reason why students need to know about this assignment page. So let me remind you how we got there. We clicked on the open button to the right of the assignment, and this shows us all the options for an individual assignment. So I can also click turn in here. Both of these buttons are going to do the same thing. So now it's asking me, do I want to turn in my work? Yes, I'm going to turn it in. This is also where students go. Let's say if they are writing a 10-minute essay and only 5 minutes have passed, I would remind students you need to go ahead and unsubmit that, and remember you're going to type the entire 10 minutes. So this is where they can take those assignments back out and turn them back in. So now we have turned this assignment in as a student. Let's go and take a look at what this looks like on the teacher side. So on the teacher side now, we can see that this assignment is done. Let me remind you how I got to this space. So back where my assignment's posted, I'm going to click on the name of it to go to the assignment page in the teacher view. And now I can open this assignment up and I can give this student feedback or evaluate it in some way. And then when I get ready to return it to students, I can come back to the same page, the assignment page. I could, if I wanted to, click everybody's all at one time and return, or I can add grades and return them one by one. So let's say I want to give student 1 a 100 and I want to return his or her paper. This is how I will do that. And then we'll go and take a look at what happens from the student's perspective. So now we're back on the assignment page on the student side, and we see that our paper has been returned, and we can see what grade we got right up here. If I want to do this assignment again and my teacher lets me, I can go ahead and resubmit it right down here. So I can go in and change it, make it better, whatever I want to do, and then turn it in again. So I hope that helps you get started with Google Classroom and creating the most powerful type of assignments that there are within Google Classroom, which is those that come from Google Drive and our Google file types. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments and hope you have a great day.